What's up, chat? Whoa. Was that really deserved? I don't really know. Welcome to a Tokyo Machine stream. The continuation. The episode 2, season 3. Welcome. UX Festival, first time chat. Welcome. We got Zambanzabi with a reset. We got Andiba official with a reset. Appreciate you, folks, fellas, fillettes. Thank you. What's up? Am I audible? Now I'm audible. Because I'm now ducking the sound. Sidechain. Something a lot of you could learn from. I don't have the sound for that. The continuation of the grand music feedback journey. The continuation of the SoundCloud escapades. Of the like things that I don't know. I'm trying to come up with new names. Cloak Official says, wait, you guys sidechain? What? Yeah. Excuse. Welcome to the streams that I do here. And it's cool. I'm glad. DJ V Rap. How does one get eyes on a song? Just do exclamation point song, and you'll know what the fuck is happening. Smug Lyric. Tokyo are the same glasses and fully black. No, they're sorry, they're different. They're different. They're new, brand new, because the previous one broke. If you remember last stream, that's why this is the continuation, because it's everything is canon. Everything you see is canon. Apart from like 2 streams last month. Yeah. Xylokill says Spotify Twitch playlist with Twitch logo as the playlist cover. This guy's a serious streamer, guys. That is so true. Check it out. Oh, you can't see it, but I need to do this. You can see it from over there? You can actually fucking see it from this? You can see what I'm seeing? That's wild. Dude, that's like... I just did it right before this stream, so I know which icon to press when I want to go between, like, liked, like, which is this, liked songs, and Twitch. So that I have to have the whole, like... sidebar open like this. Unreal. Let me open the window because this is super hot. It's already getting pretty hot here, folks. Alright. Let me be right there with you. As usual, you got the usual spot on the couch. Right there, in case I want to read whatever you guys are saying, I'm just gonna turn around. Now I don't give a shit. Just kidding. I see all. DJ V-Raf, I can't stay long, but I'm definitely gonna come back and shove songs at you. Thank you for taking the time to do it. Of course. Of course. It's my pleasure. And, we might have just... okay, I'm not gonna say. I'll say it after the deed is done. I'll say it after it's confirmed. But these SoundCloud feedback streams might be more beneficial than I've ever thought in general. JJ Maximum, I heard a DJ Gammer song at a Houston Texans game. I'm not surprised, honestly. It's Basket. Any news on if you're playing a DreamHack yet? Not yet. Depends which drink. Are we talking about Sweden here? I forget. Sonic says, Toki, have you ever thought, wow, I'm thinking right now? all the time, especially when I'm on stream. Like the moment I press start streaming, all I think is, oh shit, I'm thinking instead of talking. Why? What? I like I don't know if you guys noticed, but there's like this there seems to be this sort of a hive mind of you, like unless you guys have some secret Discord or a secret private chat where you discuss when you're actually gonna bonk and chop the out of me. Unless you got that, my only explanation is that there's like a hive mind of you just deciding to do it, because it never just happens once. When I get bonked or chopped, it always happens just like bam, 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 like right in a like a couple in a row. I don't know why that is. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Definitely wasn't triggered by what I was just saying, but yeah, that just proves my point entirely. Yeah. So, but that, I mean, we're not. That's not what we're here for today, folks. What we're here for is jackpot sharpot. It's a bit of a jackpot sharpot. Silent Witch 11 with a resub of 3 months. Thank you. Thank you for the resub. My mic is clipping. Oh shit, for real? Okay, how about now? Is it better? Is it better? Is my mic still clipping? Submissions are yeah, their submissions are open. Yep. Am I still, wait, are you saying I'm still clipping? Am I still clipping? There's no goddamn way that I'm still clipping. unless I'm louder. Not clipping. Okay, cool. Ejun Gray says, you know, I encountered a dilemma. How do you mix loud without hurting your ears? You don't. You don't. There's like, obviously you have to, at some point, turn it up. Like profusely. Like really loud to see if there's like any annoying frequencies out there before you throw in a soothe. And those couple minutes. But the thing is, I think there's a lot of things that humans can just get used to and adjusted to. And loud volume is unfortunately one of them. Because it just, yeah. It's just not something you should want to adjust to. Especially for your, for the health of your eardrums. I had my eardrum scare for the decade. I don't want any more. But yeah, it's sometimes something you gotta do. You do a regular volume mix down, then you turn it up like super loud in your headphones, see how that sounds. If there's any really annoying frequencies, cut them out, and then do a really quiet mix check. Like see if there's anything that's lacking when you turn it down too much. Usually the low frequencies, because you're not gonna hear low frequencies because they're just different when it's quiet. They don't appear as profusely. Profusely is going to be my favorite word for this stream. Just saying. Right before, Oh, Senny says, is it true that you're pregnant? Am I pregnant what? Just heard it through the grapevine. Happy birthday. I'm having a strunk. Yeah, I'm pregnant when I eat too many freaking donuts right before the stream. That's when I feel like it. But today, I don't know. I don't know. Today feels a little more contained. It feels a little tighter. Pretty hot still though. The submissions are open. If you are a music producer, go to tokyomachine.live. I think I'm still clipping. I'm gonna do my mic like this. tokyomachine.live and submit your track, you know? We're just continuing what we started on Monday. This weekend we're gonna do something different now. Built-in clipper in your voice, maybe. Yeah, I think I have. Yeah, I have a faturator in my voice, just built in. A little chip. Melda Production released a plugin for pregnancy called Mpreg. That's yeah. All right. Let's make it canon. Let's make it canon. Visor Music, Toki, has anyone submitted a track yet that you were like, bro, want to collab on this? Yeah. But I'm just usually too shy to say it. Rubs foot on the floor. Cute. Ejan Gray with a gifted Sebaroni!
Sebaroni with cheese!
See, I don't have to press a button to do that. I just retract my ball sack. That's all that happens. Sorry for saying that shit on air. I should seriously know better. I'm a professional. This is my career. And just certain things should be kept in private. Certain shit just shouldn't be said out loud. That's it. And I think that was one of those things. Retracting my ball sack back into my body
to attain a certain higher timbre of my voice.
That stuff I should basically never talk about again. Someone asked, what shouldn't I talk about again? Oh, retracting my ball sack back into my body so I get
a little bit of a higher, like a register of my voice.
But that I shouldn't. That's what I meant. Yeah, we got the whole gang here, dude. Asian Gray with another gifted sub. With ranch. This time it's a ranch edition. But like sugar-free, like light, like ranch light, which doesn't really change much because it's still ranch. It still hurts you. Track not found every time I submit, says Kidder Music. Make sure you don't type in the short link. You should type in the full link of the track. It's gonna find it. I am Dabble. Nice first thing to hear. That's just how we roll. Welcome to the stream! Only full link and only SoundCloud. That's right. If you're a music producer, go to tokyomachine.live for a chance to be heard. And you know what? For this is so unprofessional. I should hide the millimeters until it's time to have them open. Get out of here. There we go. Now it's nice. Now you can see the pull the lever button. Now you can admire the fact that when I pull up my special little secret menu just for the admin, and when I hover over all these buttons, they change pitch as I hover over. Check it out. It's just, it's whatever. Like, I don't care, you know? I made it. I made this app. Maybe 2-3 days. A little fix on day 4. I drew this. I've designed it in Photoshop in about maybe an hour and a half. Designed all the frames that go when you pull it. Like, it's It's art. I mean, I treat it as art. Xylokill says, wow, the streamer with a Spotify playlist with Twitch logo as the cover is looking so unprofessional right now. I don't know if you heard what I just said. I designed this special app that allows people to authenticate with Twitch, and they can submit their SoundCloud for review. And I designed it, all of it, like just I mean, it's. Do I have to explain myself still? Visor Music says, can you code a whole new Twitch platform just for us? Huh. I mean, I don't want to say shit, but technically, yes. But I'm not gonna do it. It's because I feel too good. I would feel bad about Twitch, and they need money and stuff. I wouldn't want to steal like the clientele and just get the whole. I wouldn't want to steal their thunder. Yeah. Mad Riot, hey, I may found all tracks released from Chumpo Way on our playlist. Dude, you're gonna have to rephrase that shit. Visor says, don't steal their thunder, steal their lightning. Is that better? Is lightning, like, more precious? Or is it harder to steal? APOC DMB with a first-time chat. Welcome to the stream. Can't be harming Twitch with the small, but that's what I mean. I wouldn't. It's a ma and pa kind of business, and this is, at least that's what I gather from their recent shenanigans. Okay, I should shut up. Exactly. I wouldn't break their heart. I wouldn't want to do that. Young Gray with another gift of this. Do you sometimes get deja vu? How often do you guys get deja vu? Like, I feel like I've been standing here before. Like, I've done this before. And Young Gray exactly did exactly that. And then this song was playing. But then it's like over after like 3.7 seconds. It's like over. And you have to kind of catch that memory of what you just experienced. You know what I mean? Like, it's very quick. How are my glasses? They're dead. You saw the little arm break last stream. That's why this is a continuation. It's like, it's canon. This is what kind of gives you the impression that you have to watch the previous stream to understand this one. There's a thematic continuation there. Because I broke the glasses last stream, now I got these new ones. It's like, it's a whole season. You got to start from the beginning, rather. I suggest you don't skip any episodes here, especially with the VODs. Talks about the immediately removes himself. Electric's Tune says, is it okay that I sent the same thing but better with that's what I encourage that. I encourage you to bring in a better version of what you submitted before. That's great. I like when you guys do that. Legitimately, unironically. Because when I hear the new version, I tend to remember elements from the previous one, and I'm like, oh yeah, that sounds better. Even though it's like a lot of music you guys send, and it's a lot of music for me to remember. But for some reason, I'm like decent at that, like remembering what something used to sound like versus what it sounds like now. I don't know. I guess you guys will be the judge of that tonight or today. Nonetheless, I think I'm about to close the submission sooner than later today, because last time we ended up with like 37, and I don't want to cross 30. And again, I think it was like 2 weeks ago when I stopped posting stories about me streaming entirely. Yoink. Oh god. Oh. Okay, and we still get 20 plus submissions each stream, which is I love that. Phenomenal. Tokyo Machine lore when? All the time. Sonics. How much garlic beer did you drink? Imagine garlic beer, bro. What? Bro. It keeps saying invalid links as Kidder Music. There's no way. There's no way. Works on my end. Works for everybody else, so it must be. Nah, I'm joking. I have no idea why. Did you try the full link? Even if it's a private link, it's fine. Yes, private links work. TokyoMachine.live, submit your private link. It should be totally validated. I've tried I've tried different methods. I've tried it without the HTTP. I've tried it without www. I tried just all sorts. With slashes at the end, without slashes at the end. It works. It works for me. Works on my end. We'll give a couple more minutes. More than a couple more minutes because people are apparently having technical difficulties with the perfect app that I designed and just ridiculous. I mean, what the fuck? Like, excuse me. That's offensive. Smug Lyric. Toki, how many hours, days do you spend on a song? It could be 2 days from scratch or it could be 4 years. Not even kidding. There's no rule for that. Like, especially when it's a collab and you start a version and then you end up on a completely different version years later and that's the one you release. So yeah, it depends. If I'm like in a super tight deadline, I would do it quicker for sure. Like we did with Busted with Teminite and Skybreak, Boom Kitty. There's moments where I'm just like, yeah, this like, you guys know the track Jelly that I've never released and I've never named it Jelly, but you guys know that track. That's the thing. That's how long certain tracks can get, where you guys come up with the fucking title. You know what I mean? Now, what it became is a Snail's House collab over the years. And we're actually discussing that this week to finally have it out on Champo. So that's a tiny little sneak peek for you.
Yo, let me hit you with the bleep blue.
Yeah. Electric Tunes, Tokyo Machine X Teminite alone track win. Alone track? You mean like just me and Temi? Okay, 29 submissions. Did Kenner Music manage to submit? I think that was his name. Kenner?
Let me hit you with the...
I hope so. Let me check it out. I can't find him. Chat goes too fast for me to find one person. Kidder. I tried everything. Holy crap, it still doesn't matter. This still doesn't work, huh? That's weird. Have you tried turning it off and on again? Like legitimately. Like legit, just turn it off and on again. Have you tried that? Not even a joke. That's how I fixed my OBS. After that failed attempt at a stream last week, where I only managed to stream on Saturday instead of... Anyway, I don't want to remember that. I was so pissed off. Woomy Start, can you rank your top 5 favorite Teminite songs? Accelerate is just number one. Like, it trumps everything else. Although Sam is a phenomenal instrumentalist, like just the compositions that he comes up with are so sick. Like he literally, when we did Busted, for him it was just so easy to come up with a main riff. It was just like that. Like we were just sitting there and he's just like, guys, right? What about? And he just goes like da, 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 da. And we were like, initially it was like sounding too much like a Enter Sandman kind of vibe. So we changed the melody a bunch of times. But it was him like spearheaded the entire composition of the track, pretty much. "29 submissions. If you're a music producer, go to tokyomachine.live and we're gonna on your song live. If it works for you, of course, which it doesn't for Kidder, and I'm kind of depressed about that. Why doesn't it work? Could you tell me, Kidder, could you tell me exactly what happens? It just says it can't find a song or something? And if you could, Kidder, because I do want to, lead B-Man with a first-time chat. Dude, I'm loving the first-time chatters today. This is so sick. It's very humbling. He says, could be the browser they're using. Yeah, but it should work on every browser. We've discussed all the browsers last stream. Nintendo DS was a popular one. Pickers! Hello! Or Pitch-as. Welcome to the first-time stream. It's not my first stream. It's your first time viewing this. Chatting. You might have been viewing. I gotta get better at Twitch.
Pitch ass. Get your pitch ass out of here.
You know what I'm saying? Like bitch. You tried both URLs. Okay, it should work. Have you tried it on your phone? You know what, Kidder? How about this? Because I do want to diagnose this. DM me on Instagram this exact link, and I try to validate it on my own and see why it doesn't work. I'll troubleshoot it with Claude, but I can't guarantee that we're gonna play that today because it's not in the raffle, obviously. Nonetheless, I think we got about 2 minutes left until I close the submissions. 29. Let's get to a round number. Maybe 30. Maybe we'll hit 30. Maybe there are 30 producers in the chat today. Yo, White Trevo. Hey, sorry, it's my first time. Can I submit? How can I submit a track? If you go to, it's pinned. It's pinned in the thing, in the chat. TokyomMachine.live. Authenticate with Twitch. We still got people coming in. That's why I didn't close them just yet. And for next week, I am going to do my very, very, very best to vibe code a situation where a subscriber has a bigger chance of getting raffled. I hope it's possible with From Within, Next.js, and React in general. That's just authenticating Twitch, because I don't know what APIs Twitch actually provides. I don't know if you can like check for a subscription status. That would be dope. That would be super dope if that's possible. Wave says, I don't have anything to submit, lol. Can I submit? I can submit anything. Yeah. Yeah, of course, you can submit any little, as long as it's not a fucking like a Skrillex track. Yes, like just, not that I hate Skrillex. I love, like, that's not what I'm saying. Like, as long as it's your song, okay? Or your friend's song that you're vouching for. Goddamn. Flash of Azure, pretty sure Eliminate and Bishu have substatus when they look at submissions. Yeah, well, fucking cool. Okay. Well, they don't have like neon lights like this. They don't have like LED glow like that. And Zamazabi says, tell him. And they don't have this cool hat from Splash of Azure. San Francisco Giants hat painted as a Tokyo Machine hat that paints my fingers red, but it's fine. belongs there. I'm gonna be adding a lot of elements, a lot of things over there at the top as time goes by. It's fine. Mug Lyric, how does it feel to travel the world so much? Doesn't playing heavy music in front of thousands of people make you tired? It's like the first year, 2 years, it was this like culture shock. It was like unbelievable that this is even happening, right? But then it's less about the fear of playing, more about like the excitement. Like you're kind of just, you already want to be on the goddamn stage and like show your new shit. That's it. It's like the opposite of fear. It's like this, like I want to do it. Regarding traveling at this climate, like the tours that I do have some days in between, but I'm not gonna fly home just because I have like 4 or 5 days between 2 shows. So I do tend to have more time, but if it's just like a one-off festival or something, usually what the DJ experience is, and I'm sure that you hear about this all over socials, is that it's just airport, hotel, venue, hotel, airport. It's just this, that's, you hear all these like, oh my, you must have traveled the world, but like, yeah, I traveled all the hotels and all the airports. For sure. You do get to sightsee sometimes when there is off time though, but you're so tired by the time, or you have to do content, or you have to do something, or deadlines, you know. League B-Man, have I returned? No, that's the thing. I still want to get booked in Australia. That's my next priority for next year. That would be super dope. There's finally talk about me getting booked in UK next year. So that's exciting because I've never played UK. 33, are you okay, yeah, I'm gonna close submissions because this is cool. I'll give you like 2 more minutes. This is 33, perfect. Taylor is trying to say TokenMachine.live. Yeah, that's the link. Doesn't it work? Toki, submit a whip of yours. Too late. Next time. Record is 58. No, it's not. We've never had 58 submissions. Are you kidding me? We never had that many. I think we had like 37. Close the subs. Should I? Should I close the subs? Yes or no? I think so. The link is pinned. That's right. TokenMachine.live. Last 30 seconds. Cool. I'm closing. 34. 34 right as I was about to click, dude. See ya. All right. Headphones on. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's see what it's all about tonight. Xylokill took a machine. We did the streams when you didn't have the closing feature and everybody was new. I think second feedback stream. We got like 58. Are you kidding me? There's no way. I would have to watch the VOD. That's how I call it VODs now. It's the VOD. Should be an E at the end. That would have been so much fun. Cool. Submissions are closed. 34. I can't fucking believe it. We just, like, I dropped to 20 last stream. And now we're back to 34 over the course of 44 hours. It's insane. Pulling dilemma! See ya, Ralph Wave. Invitation to the Word. Remaster by Kilo Eve. Okay. Main menu type P. What the fuck? Oh my god. Oh Jesus. Oh. Whoa. Oh, that is a low pass for sure. That's a low pass. We understand. Oh. Okay. Oi. And like bringing it back after the low pass is so strange. Okay. Okay. Now we got like a full minute of the outro. We'll listen. Oh, but it ducks down in volume. We're at minus 20 lofts right now. The drop was minus 4. Chat. What's happening, chat? What's with all the blasphemy? Very pretty shimmer. Pretty shimmer at the end for sure. Okay. All right. This is going to be a long list of bullet points, which I'm definitely not going to later repeat in the stamps. So because it's such a long track, I'm definitely going to try to do it real time and not try to like track back to the previous moment or something. But these are very important changes to be made. And there's going to be some sacrifices that you're going to have to make here, Kilo Eve. Let's get through it. The intro is awesome. I have no issue with the intro, at least until bar 8. Bar 8, bar 9 is when I finally I feel like, okay, bar 9 could already be a build-up. Which, in your case, it's technically a build-up, sure. But the drums that you're adding here, they don't feel like a build-up. They just feel like a percussion on top of an already existing beat that shouldn't even be there. You should be building up to this particular drop right here. So I would put 8 bars of this and 8 bars of a build-up, and you're going straight into the drop. We need to shorten, there's some sacrifice. I'm telling you, there's going to be a lot of sacrifices here. Trimming down basically probably all of this entire section. Because your build-up is just, normally when someone starts a drop at 1 minute 15, you would imagine that there's some sort of story, some sort of lots of stuff to be told for the first minute 15. Why did the drop start so late? Well, in this case, I don't think there's much of a, there is a loop that's happening, and it's just building and building and building for a whole ass minute, but nothing really changes. I'll give you this. It's a good selection of drums for the build-up. It's just they need to be sequenced a little bit better. Because you got these kicks that happen randomly. There's a hi-hat there for some reason, like a... The offbeat hi-hat that's dequantized for some reason. See, when you're doing a build-up like this, and then all of a sudden you cut the drums completely, right? Like this. With the last snare and the last kick on the last hit. What you want to do with the music to go parallel with that is to cut the music, or at least bring some sort of other element that would signify that what follows is a drop. Or in your case, you just kind of continue with the loop of the musical loop with the bells and the pad and the bass line over there, and just nothing really changes once the drums cut. You just continue that sequence. You shouldn't. You should probably cut and just introduce something else right before the drop. Some sort of maybe vocal, like a pre-drop thing. Something that would make sense for this drop to go this hard. You know what I mean? Because now you just kind of go from an extremely melodic thing with it just blends in. What you want to happen in a drop like this is for it to be a shock value drop. And how to create impact is by contrast. Whereas what you did here is you just kind of blended the pad, the bells, the keys into the drop. You let all of the reverb from that build-up just leak onto the drop for seconds on end instead of cutting it. That pad from the intro is still there. And that shimmer from the intro is still there. That super high note, that note over there. And it just flows for the entire drop for some reason. What you want to do is a complete pause. Like in this case, less is going to be more. And this is the sacrifice you got to make. The sacrifice number 2. What's up, Red Sharks? Welcome to the first time chatter to the stream. Now, we normally complain a lot about sub bass in here, and if you want this to work, you need to have a sub bass that goes parallel with all these growls. Like, we're talking about which key is this? E. So, you need this. Now, I'm going to play it along as the track progresses. I'll bring down the track just a little bit so you can hear it. You want to have that low sine wave saturated slightly with like the second, third harmonic, just so it punches through and goes parallel with each one of those growls, like blam, but down rhythmically. MIDI, very easy. All you need to do is just implement it, because from what I hear right now, there's just like really not much in the low end, like the actual like sub low end. Kilo Eve, I think this may be an issue for many tracks of mine where I should be hyper editing particular instruments and ear candy. I think you should dial down a lot of these elements here, especially on the drop, and be very selective of what you actually allow on the drop. Don't be afraid to just like ditch literally everything that you did for the drop, especially when it's extremely melodic, but the drop you want it to be extremely ballsy and growly. So from the very beginning of the drop, keeping these melodic elements there is just, it doesn't really work. Ejan Gray says, there's a Twitch API that checks for subscribers. That's great. That's awesome. Great. Okay, I'll vibe code it over the week. Now, for some reason, there's this one little bass that enters right here, like that's extremely wide and low end bass. It's got more low end than anything else in this track apart from the kick. And again, speaking of the drums are okay. The drums are gonna do okay for a track like this. You don't need to replace much. Maybe like process a little bit of the kick, but we'll get to that later because you got bigger issues here. Now I can barely tell if you're using any sidechain here, which you should. And it's kind of tough for me to... Wait, let me listen. Is there sidechain chat? If there is, it's synced to a quarter note, and it's just extremely just mellow. Like, it's just like a tiny little swoop of... this tiny little scoop of the volume. Whereas sidechain on a track like this should be completely cutting the entire music group whenever there's a kick or a snare. For like a 16th of a bar. TDR Nova for the sidechain. Before the second bus, the melodic bus is sidechain to the drum bus. Cool. The entire drum bus? Well, you don't want to sidechain to the entire drum bus. You want to sidechain to the kick and the snare. You don't want to sidechain to the, you know, percussion, to the hi-hat. Just kick, yeah. And the snare in this case, because the snare is also on the offbeat. Right, okay, cool. It's just not doing its job. Sidechain is not working here. Like, it sounds like it's not even doing much. But the bigger problem is lack of just room for the low end to punch through. Like, it's sub bass is absolutely essential here, and I can't hear any. You need to subtract some of the elements that you build into, especially for this breakdown here. I'm gonna call it a breakdown because technically I think it is. There's like you are constantly on the root key, right? The E. But now all of a sudden there's this like one bass line introduced that changes the key to like a B. Oh, sorry, that's a da-da-da. It's an A all of a sudden, even though a lot of the bass lines are still in E, but there's another bass line that comes in out of nowhere in the right channel, or is like has affected, that just goes into A, it goes into fucking B, just like... Yeah, I don't know why you decided to just completely trim down the volume of the drums like this here. What happened there? Again, just because it's a phrase of like a build-up that leads to a drop, just because they're connected, just because this is the build-up and this is the drop, or for the camera that's going to be this is the build-up and this is the drop, just because they're connected and they're right after each other, they're adjacent, doesn't mean that they have to fucking blend into one another. You can make a gap between them. You can shorten the build-up, right? Shorten the build-up, make a gap right before the drop, so that things can just like, so whatever happens later has an actual impact. But like without a pause here, there's just so many elements in the background. There's like no separation, there's no EQ on pretty much anything I can hear. This synth that just comes out of nowhere, doesn't care about the sidechain, doesn't care about anything. It just fucking like, by the way, I'm a synth. You've never heard me before. By the way, like... Really good drums. Seriously, now the more I listen to, the selection of drums is really good. It's just how they're processed with the rest of the music is what matters here. And already at this point, this drop is kind of overstaying its welcome. Like, I think at around here is when I would want you to completely get rid of the rest of the drop. Yep, that's it. You get rid of this. And you just go straight to the breakdown right here. When you do a low pass like this, never go all the way down. Like, you don't want silence on a track like this. Right as the drop ends, especially. It's bizarre. Like, nobody on a laptop speaker can hear this at all. No, Soundix. Shut up. Shut up, Soundix. This actually can be fixed in about maybe 2 hours. Maybe 1 hour. Cool melodies, but then you got this one little note. It doesn't fit the rest. I don't know which note is that. You're going too crazy on these variations. Stick to a lead pattern. Stick to a memorable melody. Repeat it. Repetition is key in this case. You're going on too many tangents here with these arps. And I can't even tell if this is an ARP or a lead. Yeah. Yeah, you got a repeating pattern of like 8 bars, but it's completely unmemorable. Those two notes. Like, why? You know what I mean? There was they're layered too. It's a bell and like a saw wave, like a high-pitched dry saw wave together with it. Get rid of the saw wave. Just do the bell. It's not a saw wave, it's a sine wave, something between. And again, it's a drop, right? But there was no buildup. There's no buildup that I could feel. There was no separation between the buildup and the drop. Like, it's the same story from the first drop. There's a lot of pads that are extremely low-end based, just floating around throughout the entire drop, not getting affected by the sidechain whatsoever. Remove that completely. Remove the pad from the entire drop completely. Start there. Kilo Eve says, I did the 2 notes because it felt the buildup was too boring. Yeah, the buildup needs a buildup. And you're constantly changing between, and then you get, you're changing between these root notes for this entire like drop. But I'm trying to count here. I'm gonna count the bars here, and I'm gonna check each bar and which root note is on each bar. Okay, ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. On bar 9, you're still on B for some reason. On bar 9, you should be back to E. Don't overcomplicate your drops. You really do not want to make a 16-bar phrase for your drop. Trust me. Repeat the first 8 bars as they are. Yeah, it's the pad. It's the pad in the background that just ruins it. Apart from other stuff. Make sure you're counting in increments of 8. I feel like this section might have got changed. Like this might have entered a bit too early or too late when it comes to the, like I think you added some special bar there, didn't you? I don't want to count again because that's very interesting here. Like that, we're still in the drop, right? You're doing the tremolo. Yeah, if yeah, what Ejan said. Okay, and this section can easily end right here. And I think you're gonna end up in like a 4-minute, 30-second track if you shorten it to that level. But yeah, I would need to, this requires a lot of fixes, and I would need to check out your project file to actually like give you pointers. But I think starting with separating the sections with a pause and deciding what patterns you want to go with for the drop rather than trying all of them at once. Adding a sub bass that will follow every single growl hit, every single bass. Oh, you don't have the original project file for this? Oh. Okay. Well, so okay. So for every other track that you're gonna make in the future, then, because you're not gonna recreate this, obviously. Follow the advice that I give, because it's super important to have a clear separation of each phrase. Repetition is key. Seriously. As sad as it sounds, because like you want to create a story, you want to engage people in a whole journey here, but if you want to make a drop like this, it better be memorable rather than a vertical slice of every single idea you ever had for the whole year. Yeah. Sub bass is super important. Keep that fucking that. I don't know if you can hear it unless you're a phone speaker or a laptop speaker, but these days they make MacBooks that actually saturate sound without you even knowing, especially in the low end. That's important. Make sure it follows parallel to every single growl that you got. The whole arrangement needs to literally if you make a track longer than 4 minutes nowadays, Spotify is more keen on not really playlisting it anywhere. Yeah. Cool. So whatever track you make next, I hope those are like key pointers here, the three key pointers. The low end, EQing everything that you can. Make sure that nothing but the sub and the drums goes below 100 hertz. Yeah, that's the last pointer I just gave is pretty important actually. Yeah. What I said live. You like this emoji? I'll do another one. You got a Kilo Eve. We got every single fucking stream. We got blazing beats. Ever since with this person. We blaze every stream. Where's the auto-tune vocal thing? All right. If there's ever anything to drown in, it's flanger. Dookie Cannon in the building. We got another track from Blazing. That's him. No feedback. I got no feedback. And like with Modus's suggestion, Modus asked a really good question in the chat. Is this supposed to be an instrumental for a rap vocal on top of it, or some sort of vocal? If it is, then it is too full, and I do agree. But if it's just supposed to be a track, standalone track, as it is on itself right now, it's good. It's one of those where the kick doesn't necessarily need to reach that fucking 70, 60 hertz register. There really doesn't need to be like a full-on 808. It's just, there's not that much shit in the actual like really low sub range. Now see these little impacts here? These like tiny little bump, bump, bump. Those had more low end than the actual 808 that's throughout the track. See, you don't know what you're doing, you're saying, but it's working because the track is solid as it is. It's extremely experimental. It's definitely got a structure. It's bordering on like IDM almost. It's not even like trip hop. It's more like this like blend of experimental IDM. Maybe it needs a bit more sub. Like you know, it definitely has way less fundamental sub compared to your other tracks. Funk wave, damn, that exists. I'm behind. Cool little band pass. Opium Birds. I'll check it out.
And the anecdotal reference of resistance by agency leadership.
If the vocal is supposed to be obfuscated this much here, it is definitely very obfuscated. It's almost impossible to it's almost completely impossible to tell what she's saying.
To accepting advice or criticism about
But there's definitely a vibe. Gotcha. I decided to play it really loud now so I can actually tell if there's anything else missing here, but like... Yeah, it needs more sub. Fuck it. It needs more sub. It needs more sub bass. Other than that, killer. Killer track. That's how you spell it. Obfuscated, and what's the other word I'm saying all the time today? RT gang. I forget the other word. Was actually obfuscated the one? I think that never mind. I can trim down the volume now. Oh boy. This scared the fuck out of me. I'm sorry. Watercolor whip. Intro sucks. Lol. Splash of Azure. Oh shit. Okay.
Okay, let's check this track out.
Fuck yes. Hell yeah. Let me just say this. I love that you use the Splish Splash as the tag. That's your tag, and it's so strong, actually. Love it. Oh my gosh. Oh. Oh. Whoa. Gosh. Whoa. I might say, well, but you very need a new version of Crawl in the Tyler Spectre mode. Oh, fuck. Oh. Oh, my God. That was horrific. Oh. Oh. That was... I deserve that. I deserve that. Oh. Oh, my God. Dude. Your drums are like 5.6 decibels too quiet. Especially the kick. And the kick needs a lot more low end on it too. Never mind, it has the low end, it's just so quiet. And every time you do have one of these impacts, which is fine, we're not in a drop yet, so it's totally fine to have this little sidechain on each one of those hits. These piano notes, when they cut off, you can hear the click. That should be a fade rather than a harsh cut. 2 milliseconds fade does the trick. Right, but there's a click at at every end of those cuts, and you want to avoid that. Right. This is a typical case of like you've applied a sound on a kick that sidechains the sound. But you don't know what the sound sounds like on its own. And it shows very much in this drum and bass drop when the sound happens not on the kick. And we're talking about the chords, of course. How the volume of this chord just constantly changes depending on depending if there's a kick underneath it or not. And it's jarring. And that's something that you might want to take a quick look at by literally limiting the way that your chord, like limiting the actual decibels on your chord. Making sure you can't actually go above a certain level. Because like, listen to the chord when this kick hit together with it. Right? That's one volume. And then all of a sudden this chord happens without a kick underneath it. Right here. Extremely loud. So you want to equalize that. And by equalize, I don't mean EQ. I mean... yeah. And then the kick, man. 5 decibels, please, at least. And everything else needs to be just kind of... yeah. And also, when you do the sidechain on a kick, again, just like in the previous track we were just listening to, make sure that everything else is just completely quiet. Like there's nothing. Minus infinity for the first 16th of that bar. Which, yeah, you do have that sidechain. It just needs to be tuned a little bit. Yeah, dude. Literally bringing that kick up by 5 to 6 decibels is going to fix so much. Oh my god. Also, when you do a crash like this, halfway through like a 4-bar phrase, what I suggest doing is ring modding the crash against the kick. It will create like a cool little crackle on the crash when the kick hits. And it would just kind of glue them together like a little bit better. You can do that with Compactor, you can do that with Flutter, FLVTTER, any sort of ring mod sidechain that can do that. Now, is there sub bass here? Like a proper sine wave fundamental? Because the only sub bass that I can hear is from some sort of like a low pass saw wave that serves like a pad. It doesn't sound like an actual sub. Yeah, absolutely more sub. Yeah, and whatever isn't a sub, high pass it like 100 hertz. Because you got these pianos, you got the pad, you got the chords. And all of that has a lot of information that shouldn't have in a song like this, like low frequency shit. Leave that to the sub. And only once you high pass everything, you can start being like, okay, you know what? This piano actually needs a little bit more of the low end. So let's bring some more of that low end. Just gradually start bringing those frequencies in as soon as you feel like, okay, now I've brought back all those low mids enough. So that the sub doesn't feel like there's a... Why? So that the sub doesn't feel like it's like completely separate from the rest of the music. Yeah, that one chord right here. I'm not sure about it. This chord. I would have to look at the notes to tell you exactly which one to fix. It seems like you got F and F sharp here. These two played together. I'm not sure. Triton with an F sharp. The statement was made by the Perfect Pitch gang. Yeah, Perfect Pitch modus, that's nice. The C has to go up to C sharp. Yeah. There's a C in there? Are you kidding me? hear a C in there right now. I hear a... There is a C sharp already. On the pad, on the saw wave. There's a C in there? I hear a C sharp in there. I don't hear a C in there. I seriously don't hear a C in there. I would have to look at the MIDI, of course. I see. Gotcha. Oh, you brought the sidechain just for the snare here, for the not necessarily. Doesn't need sidechain here. Now, when you got these chroma stabs, they're only kind of oscillating in the mid-highs. There's nothing to, like, support each one of the, like, hits in the low mids. Apart from the sub, which all of a sudden is here. And my god, I hope it's a sine wave. These are good drums. Just like in the previous track, your selection of drums is fucking solid. But they need to present themselves better. The response here, the decrease release on each one of those. At least by like 50 milliseconds or more. They need to be snappier, I feel like. Oh, this is really fucking cool, actually. Like, when you chop it up properly, because I feel like each one of these impacts here, each one of those synth stabs and chords and chroma fucking keys, has too much of a release. And I think now it makes sense what Moda said, where you can tighten it up. But very interesting nonetheless, dude. Splash of Azure with the hat gift. Let's go. Needs sub, like nice saturated fundamental. Needs the drums to fuck. Like, I mean, plus 5 dB on the kick at least. Plus 3 dB on the snare at least. Hi-hats plus 4 dB. Sidechain more aggressive on the first 16th. Less, okay, that's number 3. Less release on the chroma stabs. And I think once you fix this, the rest is just nitpicking at that point. Good shit. Seriously, good stuff. Very cool, especially in the second part of the second drop. It's like very original, actually. Pretty unique. Skrill! Yay! Oh, we needed that for sure. Nobody! Oh, shit! Nobody! In the building! Shit! Let's go. Let's listen. Do we have my Bobbardi in the building? I don't even got Bodhi in the building.
Bowdy. My name is Bowdy Brown, and I am proud to be.
Looking like a Toki reject. Shit. I need to turn it down, I guess. Okay. We don't got nobody. We don't got nobody. That's what it seems like. And I don't appreciate it. I don't appreciate it one bit. Splash of Azure says,
How are you feeding back with headphones on, Lameo?
why do you sound like that, first of all? And second of all, if I say something and I put the, because they're open, like these are LCDXs, like, you know what I mean? Like if I don't want to do that to you guys. But yeah.
My Bowdy needs to wake up.
He's not here. I'm just going to close this. But we'll listen. We'll listen. Shut up. You're stopping my shake. The snare, dude. Damn. The hi-hat needs to be a hi-hat here, doesn't it? It sounds like it's just like a smoosh. Imagine just a normal fucking even a 808 hi-hat. That's true, they are a B. And even the vocal says B. B. X Macy. Or Mackey. Massey. I don't know. What's the queue like? 31. But submissions are closed. Because you're late. Zamazabi says something to someone that is unrelated to what I was about to say out loud right now. Iamoda says, see, you're already abusing the perfect pitch thing. Beep, beep. You got a hint from the vocal, so it's not like, you know, you knew because the vocal was saying what key it's in. Don't be tooting your own horn here, Modus. Now this snare though. It's like short too, like. Wow, that was a fucking good one. That last one, someone sampled that shit. And again, I'm missing some fucking. Especially at the fucking like 34th bar. Toki vocal drum sample back. See, that's the thing. I could totally do it. Listen to this kick. And now listen to the clap. Check this clap out. And now check the snare out. Dude, I mean, and this is for free. These are free samples right here. Snare to dim. Anyway, good shit, but great, but you weren't in the chat this time. I'm sad. Yeah, the second drop. Fucks. I'm Assad. La noche y trevo bootleg. Wait, what? Again? Excuse me. Yeah, excuse me. Bah. 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 Dude, the drums in the intro were so promising. The drums in the intro and the drums on the drop are like night and day. I thought it was gonna be snappy as fuck. I thought it was gonna be like... That is what would have worked. Tom the Old Mate. Yo, Loki, bro. Been following you for ages. First time I've made for the stream. Really fuck with Automatic. Your style is peak. Thank you. Keep releasing bangers from... Thank you so much. Holy shit. Chat. Thank you to Tom the Old Mate. Welcome to the stream. End of sentence. Not this snare. Not this snare, bro. This ain't dubstep. Alright? This ain't 2011 dubstep. Yeah, dude. Even with the rest of the sound design remaining exactly as it is, you replacing the drums with would absolutely just flip this whole thing upside down in the best way possible. Ariana Foxton, welcome. First time chat. What the heck? You're on Twitch.
Pog.
Yeah, that's right. I do stream nowadays. I did during COVID, and I stopped, and now I do it again. Nah, trust me. White Treble, yep. Just, you need that snare. You need the fucking... Literally, the hi-hats are also just fucking... Just get rid of the hi-hats, too. You just need... That's what you need. You just need this one fucking hit, like... Just that one. And yeah, let's talk about the bass line. Let's talk about it. Fuck it. It's boring. And sometimes the sub doesn't follow the fourth or the seventh that's being done on the or the fifth that's being done on the support Reese thing, on the support saw wave. Sometimes you do a glide, you fall, and then you just continue on the root note. But then sometimes the support bass does it, but the sub doesn't. So make sure they're always doing it together, like yin yang. There was one here, that's fine. There was one here too, that's great. There was one here as well too, but there are times when you don't do that. And yeah, it's just a little boring. Like the bass line doesn't really do much. Like there's no pattern to it. It's all a sustained note with some gliding, with some portamento. To yeah, just a little underwhelming. I don't know why you remained on this like dotted vocal idea for the bah in the right channel only. Like all the way to the end, you have this like thing that just goes all the time. We got that going in the background here, even though that's not even the root key of the track. Is that a bass line? Is it a piano? What is it? Like, just get rid of it. Yeah, dude, replacing drums, you're gonna be shocked. Replace the drums with the boots, cats, cats, and you'll see. You'll see. That shit. Just that change. You're gonna be shocked how this track changes completely. Without even changing anything else. You're gonna be like, what the fuck? Maybe I should continue doing this track. Dolan RT Gag. Oh my god. BDL remix by Ganymede. Guys, sorry, fuck.
If you wanna get with me, there's some things you gotta know. I like my beats fast and my bass down low. Bass down low. Bass down low. I like my beats fast and my bass down low. Bass down low. Bass down low. I like my beats fast and my bass down low.
It's a whip. Okay.
There's some things you gotta know. I like my beats fast and my bass down low. Bass down low. Bass down low. I like my beats fast and my bass down low. Bass
Now, the past two producers for the past two songs, note the volume on the sub bass here.
down low. Bass down low. I like my beats fast and my bass down low.
And that was the intro. like the kick maybe 1.2 dB more, 1.5. The snare like 1 dB more. Yeah, the upbeats for sure. There's a lot of drum bass producers that sound very similar to this actually, regarding sound design. Regarding that particular that particular Reese that appears like. It's very, very classic kind of a sound when it comes to like main stage DnB. Not main stage, some Euro stuff. Oh, hold up. That's fine. No feedback. Just a louder kick and a snare, maybe. Like maybe. You know what I mean? Like that's about it. Like yeah. I'm surprised this is so low key right now. It's wild how fucking good of a drum bass track this is so far. Like it's literally nearing nausea levels. And I hope you know that for sure. Just goddamn. Like yeah, for like seriously. Imagine that Noisia releases a new fucking single or EP or something. You don't know that this is Ganymede. You don't know that this is like. Listen. There's a couple of like elements that Noisia definitely wouldn't do, like this little. That one in particular was a little anemic, maybe a bit too quiet, but like, bro, Jesus, like I'm not joking. It's heavy shit. It's very, very well made. I don't know. That's pretty noisy to be. That was pretty noisy right there. Like, just that alone. Like, fuck, dude. Goddamn. Mr. Noisia here. Huh? What are you gonna do, huh? Mr. Noisia? Damn. Kick needs like 1.5 dB plus, and snare maybe 1 dB more. That's right. I know. Yeah, it's SleepNet now. Yeah. Fuck, dude. Damn. Damn, son. Oh, it's from SoundCloud. Oh, right. Levitate. Dealer. Just James TV. Do we got Just James TV in the chat? There we go. Let's check it out. That's dope as fuck. There was this one snare that's more of a dubstep snare here that I'm not sure it fit fully, but other than that, damn. Yeah, this snare. Yeah, actually, Taylor has a really good point here. I was gonna comment on that too. We'll get there. Okay, really good, really goddamn good. I wasn't really sure, like I wasn't really sold on these like dissonances here in the strings. Together with that like low register string that goes together with it, like it's just this kind of a weird combo, but like I get it. It's a style. So that's my first nitpick here. See, I don't think you needed to bring so much low end into this kick and the build up. Because you bring it in, and then you kind of, as soon as you get to the faster, the 16s or 32s or whatever these are, you decrease the volume of the kick, which is weird. Not much feedback here, apart from that this is incredible, and also, I feel like you could do something more interesting than just having the sub in the second response section being bum, bum, bum. What key is this? D? E. Like, I know you wanted to kind of follow the kick, but it would be kind of cool if you added just a little bit of glide to it, like, just something that just like, it's not just a sustained note that just gets triggered and releases. Oh, it's F, sorry. Yeah, especially here. You have the sub bass also get triggered by the sidechain that's signaled, but like it's triggered by the snare, and it's kind of weird because that shouldn't really happen. You know, I know you're kind of doing like you're just basically doing quarter notes on the sub bass MIDI. But when you make them legato here like this, it's kind of weird when the snare hits and the sub just gets like this weird sort of impact each time. I feel like you could just do like a sustained note that doesn't get affected by the snare whatsoever. And these gaps, I'm not feeling these gaps. It's like it would be cool if the sub was doing some sort of glide, but that's about it. Now, regarding the vocal, which Taylor also touched on, In the second half of this drop, it will be cool to hear like a different pitch, maybe different format of this vocal, like more robotic, like just change something about it. Because yeah, it does get just a little repetitive. Like chop it up and just do like put like a disperser on each one of those chops and it'll be like dee-dee-doo, just like almost like zappy, and change the format of those, like layer it with like a maybe vocoded version of it, or maybe maybe not, vocoder won't really work here, but something about this vocal is just too repetitive. And like second half of the drop will be cool to just like maybe literally layer it with an octave lower of it, version of it. Yeah, it needs more Cleveland Brown.
Let it up, let it up.
So in this fake out, are we getting affected by the sidechain of a kick that's not there? Because there's something happening to the signal. The percussion is cool. It's perfect. I don't have anything bad to say about the percussion here. Yeah, maybe those are just fade outs. Yeah, Xylokill, me too. But when it's not a 4 on the floor sequence that just quarter notes trigger the sidechain of a kick that's not there. If it's a sidechain that's not quarter notes and it's just some dotted sequence of a kick that goes like boom, 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 like having the sidechain do that on a fake out, you know what I mean? Yeah, I totally feel like you could have done something more interesting on a sub bass here. Literally just like take like a, what's that one pack? Man, I forget. There's some really good 808 packs out there that you could maybe even fuck around with instead of having just like a dry sub. But don't get me wrong, like volume-wise levels, gain staging of everything, fucking so good. Like so good. 68 followers. Bro. You got a lot of it down already. You got a lot of the technicalities of everything kind of already memorized, I can tell. It will not take you long to get this track to be perfect. This snare, however, cool. Maybe shorten it just a little bit and add a little bit more high end to it, a little bit around 12, 13, 14, 15 hertz, K hertz. Yeah, it's a little dim compared to at least the percussion that's happening with it. Oh, there's 3 of you. Right, I can see that now. Yeah, I was also super tiny nitpick about the hi-hat here. It's a little bright. That one offbeat hi-hat here. Sometimes it hits, because it's very organic sounding. It sometimes hits this like one fucking like a little high, too high of a frequency there. There we go. That one. This one. This one. Just sometimes it's just too bright and too snappy. But that's about it. Holy crap. Holy moly. The fact that you've got 68 followers on SoundCloud blows my mind. This is near perfect. Fuck around with the vocal. For real. And everything else. I said. Hearts. Damn, I need to sit down, I think. Okay. Let's spin that shit. Yoi. Excuse me. Celia. Welcome, Celia. First time chat. I don't know, some old mix of random sounds with Brazil vocal by RX Million. RX Million Prod. Do we have RX Million in the building? There we go. This is too low. What a vibe. I need to listen to this part again. No, this one. That was great. I'm not a fan of the snare. I feel like the snare is a little flat. It's scooped out. Like there's not much in the mids there. Like it needs some 1K hertz. feel like the support base on top of the sub is a little bit too bandpassed. Like, you got not much high-end information there. I feel like it could be a bit more. There could be a bit more shit in the high end. Just wanted to tell everybody that this drop is minus 1.8 LUFS. That could have something to do with the fact that there's constant fucking volume amplitudes going up and down when it comes to whenever there's a lack of a sound, the other sounds try to punch through. Boosting the sub with OTT is kind of like, just limit it, clip it. Like, you know what I mean? There's not much multi-band shit you can do on a sub. Epic 223, of course, yes. Yeah, plus OTT introduces this weird fucking noise in certain cases. Minus 1.7 sometimes here. Which for funk like this is okay. Yeah, I mean, kick is good. I don't mind the kick. Especially here. I don't mind it. It's a vibe. Super dope clap, and I like how the clap is processed with the kick here, but you know what? It's probably not even ring mod processing. This is just what happens when you have so much shit that's just clipped, and the clap just gets clipped whenever the kick hits. Yep. Which sounds really good, actually. Yeah, just a snare. I'm not a fan of snare, and yeah, bro, minus 1.8. I mean, whatever you want to do with that. I kind of miss maybe like going on like a, because you're on constantly on. You're on G, right? This is G. If you were to all of a sudden go to like to C, like halfway through the drop, like from all of a sudden, which means we would be going on a low fucking register here, like 33 hertz or something. Just to do like a little switcheroni. But yeah, it's whatever. You don't have to. Suggestion. It would add a little bit of darkness to the whole thing too. But yeah, fucking love the, yep. Yeah. Just that's, yeah. Awesome. Oh shit. I need to disable that. Awesome. Just that one snare is a bit flat. Oh, and you're at minus 1.8 most of the time through the drop, which is okay. Which is okay. It's okay. Yeah. The rest is history. Oh my god. This is G. The seventh letter of the alphabet. And seven semitones away from the C note. Four Crowns. Blaster by Siskiyou. The waveform is pretty promising. Intro's at minus 23. Minus 24 lefts. Siski is boobs in Russian. Let's go. Respect. Okay. Minus 14. What the fuck? Hatecore, we go through around, I think 15 a stream. We've had 30-something, I think 34 before we close submissions. So yeah, 40% of these will definitely go through it. I just want to say, this was one of the most unique grooves I've heard in a dubstep track lately. Like, what a blend. It's so fucking cool, Jesus Christ. Okay. See, I wouldn't call this pure UK dubstep. This is very unique. It's like, it's got a bit of a fucking gabber to it, which is crazy. Like, the impact itself is a gabber impact. Which is, like, man. And the, like, weird ethereal blend of pads with it. What a yin-yang. What I wouldn't do... Oh, Ticket Machine. Love you, bro. This is a worldwide project with people from UK, Holland, and Japan. Holy shit. That's so cool. That's wild. How do you guys do it with the time zones? Jesus. What I wouldn't do here is right before the drop starts, you're already revealing the bass line in its full form, full spectrum. I would do a bandpass here, like a phone filter. This. First of all, don't put a kick there. Just do like a little, just a precursor to what it will be. I think precursor is the word that's the word of today's stream, by the way. Dude, yeah, like, don't spoil this bass by giving it away right before the drop. That's about it. Winter music. So submissions are closed since like at least an hour and a half ago. What I do is I open the submissions for the first like hour of the stream. It's always 2 p.m. PST. New schedule is already updated in my profile. So if you're here on the next stream, I'm going to be doing more feedback most likely, because these just never fucking end. You guys just keep sending these. So like, I don't want to let you down. I don't want to let you down. I pressed the wrong button. I wasn't really swearing or anything. What I would do here is do some exploring when it comes to drums. I think you can do better drums here. I don't mind the hi-hats. The hi-hats are really cool. I feel like the kick could be way more thumpy, way more snappy. It doesn't have to be a full dubstep clicky hit a la Virtual Riot or anything like that, but just something more snappy, something harder. And notice the lack of sidechain on each one of these. Like, listen to the kick and the gabber bass. It barely gets ducked by the kick whatsoever. And it works. Because this entire drop has maybe 4 elements. Like, you know, the drums, the sub, and the gabber bass, and the re-space that follows it in response. Which, dude, how impactful is that? That's what I'm saying. You guys are overcomplicating your drops, especially in the past, like, 3 tracks, apart from some tracks, of course. Siskiyou Music says, we made all the drums in operator. The kick is phase aligned with the kick. So it all works as one unit. It's a cool experiment. I'm just not sure if this kick fucks enough. Yeah, that could be cool. Ijeon Gray has a good suggestion. It's just not strong enough of a kick, I think. That's about it. The snare could also do some polishing, like just maybe it just needs to be louder, because like, listen, the hi-hat here kind of overpowers the snare. You know what I mean? I feel like the kick and the snare needs to be more powerful. And for someone who's heard this track so long, like, this is the problem with you listening to a track for months or weeks, and someone all of a sudden tells you to change such a one thing so drastically. Your brain initially will be like, nah, this sounds like shit. But then get outside of that tunnel vision and try to look at the track as from just a fresh perspective. Because your brain will constantly be like, nope, this sounds different than what I was used to listening to it for the past weeks. And initially, your initial thought will be just like, no, that's not what we want. But you have to give it a chance. It's just one of the coolest fucking dubstep grooves I've heard in a while. This is so sick. Like, it deserves to be polished. Like, yeah. I don't know, it's very experimental, because like these ethereal pads here in the breakdowns and the outro are completely in a different key and stuff, which is fine. Like, that's what we were kind of going for here, aren't you? We shelf the songs, then come back to it. This one is getting a release, so we will go back and 100% is the feedback. Cool. Dude, thank you for that, Siskiyou. This is awesome. I definitely prefer the first groove from the second drops groove. The put down, it's so fucking good. Now, listen when you release this. It has like a room reverb to it. And I'm not sure if on the release you want to have that room reverb. It would be kind of cool if it just caught off. But I can hear I can hear that ringing still as the question reads comes back. Just the fact that this is such a gabber bass line, it's so sick. Like, man, this should be polished up. Like, it has a lot of potential in like the underground scene. Oh, so good too. Just a simple pitch glide, and it does such a cool effect, doesn't it? Might want to boost that up though. Even though it's right before the drop though. Hell yeah. That's great. Yeah, this is super cool. Super unique. This just needs a bit of polishing, and it could fug in the underground scene. Awesome. Awesome. Seriously. The kick and a snare also, just consider a different kick and a snare. Like, just try it out. Open up like a old school dub pack. Cloak. Holy shit. Taste. By Cloak. Why am I feedbacking? I'm literally like, what the fuck? Okay. Maybe the mic needs to be like here. Okay. I should probably be standing up for this.
Careful what you wish for. You might just get it. If we open this door, you won't forget it. Baby, wait until you try it. No, you ain't had it like this before. Play it right in my head. You take a bite and stay the night. The night, the night, the night, When you taste my love, I'll be your favorite girl. I'll let you eat it up, and never give it up. When you taste my love, when you taste my, when you taste my love, when you taste my, I'll let you eat it up, never give it up. When you taste my love, and never give it up. When you taste my love, baby, wait until you try it. No, you ain't had it like this before. Play it right in my head. You take a bite and stay the night. The night, the night, the night, the night. When you taste my love,
Cloak says, I literally started it after the stream Monday finished. So this was made in the last 44 hours, which is fucking wild. So yeah, like the usual, the usual signs that something was made kind of hastily. Well, I mean, 44 is not really hastily. 44 hours is a lot of time. A lot of people can finish a whole track from scratch with that amount of time. But one of the giveaways is the build-up. It's kind of just like thrown together. The clap not really fitting the volume of the build-up. Of the drum sequence in the background, which is fine because you're trying to just get a build up done and then just get to the main part, which is the drop, right? You're just kind of like, okay, fuck it, let's just get a build up done just so we can actually export it. I get it, but my fucking god, this drop again, man. And you got this cool little metallic squeaky sound that you've used in the previous track too, in Vibe Check, and it's becoming kind of like a signature of yours, isn't it? This whole metallic, like, you know, pots and pans kind of thing, but like really cool way of doing pots and pans. Yeah. It's very recognizable now. That could be a thing, dude. Well, that's why we're conversing. Yeah. Little 2-bar ad, cool. Yeah, your structure is also on point. Like, I was literally looking at this waveform like, wow, this is a Martin Garrix waveform if I've ever seen one. Like 8 bars of drop, what's going on? But no, it's actually 16. Yeah, again with the build up here, but very, very quiet. Just starting quiet. Towards the end here, when the snares are like extremely just like dense, the vocal kind of loses the high frequency info. It's kind of just a fundamental here. Again, common issue when you're rushing to finish the build-up. Yeah, that's smart, but the vocal kind of hid behind the snare. Also, you know what? Try pitching down the kick a little bit. I feel like it's yeah, like 2 semi. Try like 3 semi, 5 semi. Not 5 semi, 3 semi. What's up, Ninja Samurai 12? Ninja Samurai 12! Wait, do you guys also see the fact that someone else is chatting for the first time? Or is it just for me? Do you guys see that? Because Ninja Samurai is chatting for the first time. Do you guys see that too? Or is it just a notification just for the streamer himself? Okay, cool. That's good. Just me? What the fuck? Oh, just you? Oh, just for me. Just me. Oh. Oh! So every time I randomly big someone up and say their name out loud for no reason. It's like you guys are, hey, why is he shouting out that one person for no reason? Oh, it's because it's the first time. Okay. I see. Cool. Yeah. If you have the 7 Twitch extension, oh, I see. Cool. Okay. Dude, I'm learning every fucking day. Legend. We got a Phase 1 bootleg, SOS by Caladrius. Do we have Caladrius in a chat? God, I'm a bit low energy. I need to. Do we have Caladrius in a chat?
Hey, Caladrius. Are you here? Are you here with us? Come on, join us. We don't bite.
Dang it. First time chat from Cirrus Fox. How about another first time chatter? Been listening to your music for years and never had a single clue you stream. First time chatting on your stream. First time chatting. Let's go, dude. I love that. I love to see that. Seriously, respect for just you know. I'm doing my best here. I'm like a little. I'm slurring words already. I'm kind of. But it's dope. It's dope to see brand new people here. Every single stream, there's brand new chatters. I love it. Open up the Pinterest! Type shit. Holy smokes. Can you just quickly revert here? The yeah vocal? What happened to it? It's so sick. It went through like a vocoder or something that just like upped the format as it went. Is it just me, or is the clap panned slightly to the left? No? Just me? Yeah, like 7%. Really would love to hear it in the middle. A little bit of an epic, yeah. What a sick groove, man. It's so simple, but like it works so goddamn well, especially with the little filler responses, the fucking glitches. So good, man. Love the kick, love the clap. And notice how the bass line does triplets, but the hats don't give a shit. And they do a full-on straight sequence. And it works so well. Damn. Now when you switch this kick, why is it so quiet? I feel like it needs like plus 3 dB, this kick, at least. Yeah. Damn, I love this outro so much. The pitch map on this entire group is so fun. What a vibe. Seriously. That outro fucking spoke to me hard. Who's me hard? I don't know. Never seen him, never known him. Maybe a little bit of too much shit going on here in the intro, like the vocals could be high-passed. Yeah, with some amp on them, just a little bit, just distort them a little bit. Now this is fine. Yeah, fucking Christ, man. You guys are good. It's just Caladrius, right? It's just you? You're good. You're good. You're alright. Second kick louder. And mold, right. You guys are good. Sick groove. Love the groove. Seriously. Sick. Visor! Rogue Anthem. A lot of dubstep elements in the drops by Visor. Three minute long. Okay. Oh, okay. See ya, Taylor. That's good. Let me replay the drop just a little bit. Yeah, dude, you're -7 LUFS. Like, this could be pushed twice as loud. And which is my main kind of like main feedback here for this particular track. It sounds loud, but it's not enough loud. Yep, this is -7. Yep. This one's slightly louder. I feel like your low mids together with the sub can be distorted as a group, and that would be incredible. I feel like that's what should be happening mostly for the most part in this track. But okay, let's get back here. The main kind of like squeaky needs a little bit more reverb. The mix on the reverb needs to be a bit higher. It's a little dry. The reverb comes in a bit late. And again, it needs to be more distorted. Like, things can be really pushed way more. Now in here, I had a bit of an issue with the pad, with the chord pads not necessarily corresponding with the sub underneath them in certain chords. Let me tell you which ones. Okay, so we're in F. Right? You got dun, 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 dun. So you got my keyboard is too small, dude. So it's A sharp, C, C sharp, F. But what your chords underneath are doing is not complementary. Because the chord on the root note here, which is the one on the second bar, this chord underneath is completely unfitting. On the one when the sub goes back to F. There's like a C sharp there in that chord for some reason. Dun, 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 dun. And it should be a F minor at this point for the chord underneath it. And it would change a lot. Like, that will drastically change this progression. Because the chord is just kind of in the way there, which prevents the resolution of the F minor here on the sub. Yep. It would be kind of cool if the hi-hat that was there, kind of, wasn't it? It would be good if it was a bit louder. Was there a hi-hat even? Like, if you really want to keep that sequence here of these drums here in this breakdown, like, unnecessarily, honestly. Like, I would not do a drum beat here like this. It's just, it's not a drop, and it's not an intro, it's not a break, it's not a build-up, it's just kind of like sitting just in between a drop a beat, a drum sequence that just doesn't really have a point, really. And also having the crash hit on every single bar. I see. It's funny what you do here with snares. One of them gets pitched and one doesn't. Just like stays on these like weird offbeats. Just like does these weird little snare hits. So bizarre. Yeah. And there's like two snares playing at certain... What the fuck? You know what? This first part of the drop is cool, but I prefer the second part where it goes like... Yeah, that's harder. That's stronger. I think you should start with that. And then this could be the resolution at the end. But yeah, again, we're like -7 here. Anyway, this is solid. Yet another Visor original. Much more stronger is what it needs to be. -7 LUFS currently on the loudest part of the track. Yeah. Everything else I said. Aim for -3. Way much more stronger. Yeah, I quote Carnage all the goddamn time. It's a thing. It's whatever. Xylo kill! Glitchborn. Track 5, Darling. By Xylo kill.
Darling, there is nothing to fear, so
Damn, Silo, you made this? Shit.
darling, I can't do this without you. Hope you understand. Darling, I can see you in my dreams. Darling, you could forget me. I just can't.
Ooh, a little detune.
Yay.
Excuse me. A little tape wobble there, huh? Brovsky, Dove, welcome to the chat. I got like quick little pointers for this track. I'm gonna just go through them and I'm not gonna repeat them again. Right, there's a note here that just doesn't fuck with me hard here. But on the piano, so I need to switch to the piano. There's that little note in the piano here. I'm not sure if it's necessary. Yeah, that one. I'm not sure if it's in the lower or the higher register. The rest is fine. Oh, and here we're actually missing the lower D, don't we? Why are we missing it? I'll play it. Now we're not missing it. It sounded good with that lower D. Listen again. Yeah, and without it, gone. Modus pointed this out as well on his stream. Oh, the piano notes? Oh, nice. I love this little glide, whatever did that just now. Like a saw, like a... So goddamn cool. Like this, like, cinematic, fucking, like, dramatic. Really good. Wow, yeah, me and Modus, really, Modus, holy shit. Fucking... Okay. This release right here. Kind of dry, kind of just unnecessary. What I would do is just cut it and go into literally a fucking pause with just no sound. And then a vocal comes in. The problem here with the drop 2 is that everything that happened before it has a reverb, and it does not, the reverb doesn't disappear when the kick hits and when the drop starts, and it should. You can hear all of that reverb, all of that tail, all of the release of whatever you had, the vocal, the little square blop, it's all still there on the drop. It shouldn't be. And the sub here, is the sub even here? Like the brum brum. Is it here? Yeah, but it doesn't have the harmonics. Look. Like it's kind of lacking. Yeah, it's a bit weak. These bluffs are so funny. They're a little bit detuned, aren't they? because they sound. I think because it's a very extremely quick ARP, but I think it starts on the wrong note. I think it starts on like a note. This one is fine, but then the next one. No, something about this second ARP is not right. There's certain notes there that shouldn't be. It should just be like a just do a normal minor here. This is nice major. The second one just doesn't hit. That's so cool. Wait, what's this like? Was this like little robotic fucking speech here? I don't know what that is, but it's cool. I kind of wish it was given more space. Oh, one of the presets from Shaperbox. That's cool. Yeah, some of that is really useful. Especially the time altering stuff. Nice. Nice. Love the little low pass filter here. Big vibe. Notice how you cut everything for this vocal here. Look. I wish you did that here too. You know what I mean? Cut the reverb when the vocal appears. The transient of the kick kind of disappears throughout this drop. I'm not sure if doing 8s on these chords is a good idea. I would do a little like a bit of a pattern alteration here. Something like that instead of just straight 8s. Also, this chord that you got going on, it could be detuned more, maybe saturated more, because it's a little lacking too. The one that's doing the sequence, the 8s. Maybe it's missing some notes in the MIDI too, to fill it up. Yeah, the kick just got a bit lost in the second drop though. Like, the problem is here, you're not sidechaining the kick to the hats. Like whenever there's a hat, there's also a kick, but sometimes there isn't. Sometimes when the hat does mix with the transient of the kick, it generates just a louder transient on the kick, and sometimes the hat is not there, and it's just the kick is just kind of more timid. See what I mean? Like maybe it would be good to remove any sort of hat hit whenever the kick hits. You know what I mean? And brighten up the transient of that kick in that case, if you did that. Oh, cool. Yeah, flatter's good. But in here, you got this hat that's like so extremely short. It's just literally like a Then I'm not sure if Flutter even does anything here. It's just like just maintains the click of it. Cloak asks, can we request voice channels for the Champo server, by the way? By the way, if you guys don't know, Discord, ! Discord. We got a token machine / Champo server. You should totally join. Requesting voice channels for the Champo server. What kind of voice channel was you thinking? There's absolutely voice channels there. There's absolutely a voice channel on Discord. Or you can just do that on any voice channel. They're not really occupied. Outro's your voice being silly. Let's check it out. It does sound good. Yeah. Good snare. Good snare. Love it. Yeah. I need to stop typing these up. Can you imagine how much time I'd save and how many more tracks I could review if I skipped the whole stamp part? Dang. Dear Dairy. Vincent! Ethereal. I swear this is not rigged. That trumpet just kind of fucking... That trumpet don't give a shit. Damn. Yeah, okay. Yep. Bass clangs, I love it. This is 7x4, 7/4, I think, yeah. 7/8. Reversed? Yeah, initially I was like, why is the trumpet panned to the right? Oh, because there's probably going to be a separate trumpet going panned to the left. They're going to be complementary towards each other. But no, that was just that one trumpet that's panned to the right. What a beautiful fucking composition. What is this beauty of a track, man? What a vibe. It's just like the trumpet itself, as an instrument, is something I did not expect in a track like this. And in general, throughout the whole thing, I missed a lot of the low end that could have been there. Especially because we do have a bass guitar there, but it's just not really bassy. Especially here, like, imagine if we had that here. You know what I mean? Did you hear the difference in low end just now? You know what I mean? I'll do it. I'll do some more modas just for you. At certain points, I was like, is this a violin or is it a trumpet? Especially this little thrill. Whoa! Thank you, Tsuki. Welcome, first time chatter. I'm assuming this is a contact library for the trumpet, right? It's not a recording. And again, it just boggles my mind why it's panned to the right. I'm assuming maybe also another assumption that maybe the contact library, in the contact library itself, it was by default panned to the right and it was just kind of not adjusted post. It sounds incredible. It does, yeah. That little trill here, like, so cool. The amount of automations that must have gone into this is wild. Well, that's wild. Yeah. And Vincent, again, is what? 18 years old? Or early 20s? Or... Coben Music, first time chat. I know. At certain points, there's just too many elements, especially here. No, there was like one moment where it was just like overwhelming. There was like 2 strings, a trumpet. Yeah. 840 hertz on that trumpet is harsh. In general, throwing a SUV in the middle for the middle and like mid-high frequencies for the entire like brass group is gonna do wonders here because yeah, a couple of harsh frequencies there. Wild. Like, I have a feeling Vincent, even the name itself, has so much potential. Like, this could be like the next Tennyson. You know what I mean? Wild. Goddamn. Absolutely beautiful. I have a... Well, okay, so 101 is definitely gonna forward all these, but I'm gonna just like try to summarize. Sub is needed. It was a C sharp or a D sharp? C sharp, Jesus. Sub is needed despite this being such an acoustic take. Number two, harsh frequencies on brass SUV needed around 1K, 4K. 3. God damn, that was just kind of really pretty, wasn't it? Number 4. There was something else. Oh, the trumpet. The trumpet panned to the right? Huh? Why? Just enter it. Unless there's another trumpet waiting to enter on the left. Because otherwise, I don't see a point in it being panned to the right. Very pretty. Big up, Vincent, as always. How many did we have at the beginning of the stream? Did we have 34? Or am I mistaken? 34. Huh. We did, huh? We did, didn't we? Yeah. And there's 20 left. I said I'm gonna have 15. Let's do one more, because there's only been 14. Let's see here. Okay, we got Avis. Or Avis. Craze. Cress. Fuck, I can't. Attention. Attention! Oh, that's sidechain though. Jesus.
To kiss you like I did. I was only in it for attention. I was only in it for attention. For your attention. What if I told you I was only in it for attention? I was only in it for attention. For your attention. You always leave me. Wasn't falling for your attention. Wasn't falling for your intention. Pure intention. You always leave me.
What? What is with this sidechain, dude? What? Okay. No, that's not sidechain. That's some creative ducking, which is also sidechain. But that's not what I mean. That was on purpose. It wasn't like some. I should shut up. Sidechaining up inside. Wow. Whew.
I was only in it for attention.
No feedback here.
I was only in it for attention. For your attention. What if I told you
Clap a bit too loud.
I was only in it for attention?
Like profusely too loud. Just to keep with the theme of the word profusely throughout the stream.
I was only in it for attention.
My god, now that I pay attention to it, it's so goddamn loud, this clap, man.
For your attention. You always leave me. Wasn't falling
When you do a little snipperoo, like a little pause here like this,
You always leave me.
maybe remove the clap for those two hits. For that one bar.
Wasn't falling for your attention.
My god, though, this is so sick. You guys have killed it today. Holy shit.
Wasn't falling for your intention. Pure intention.
Oh, I was wondering what's happening, but it's a high pass happening throughout the whole music group, but I'm like, why are we losing sub? Why are we losing sub? Is my ears are my ears
You always leave me. With the lights low, you look like him.
At this point, I thought this is all of a sudden he's singing in Korean. I can't understand.
Dim the lights low until
Is that English still?
I can pretend I hear his name.
Oh, hear his name. Okay.
Now I'm calling. Dim the lights low until I can pretend I hear his name. But now I'm calling
All of a sudden, I'm like, wow, we're listening to K-pop all of a sudden.
out to you. With the lights low, you look like him. Dim the lights
Okay, turn the lights low. Yeah, exactly. What does it say?
low, you look like him.
I can pretend to hear his name when I'm calling out to you. Okay, one sec.
With the lights low, you look like him.
Wait. No. Yeah, someone has to write it down from the beginning to the end.
With the lights low, you look like him. Dim the lights low until I can pretend I hear his name. But now I'm calling out to you. With the lights low, you look like him. Dim the lights low until I can pretend it's not a sin to kiss you like I did. I was only in it for attention. I was only in it for attention.
This is so good, goddamn. This is so goddamn good, man.
For your attention. attention. What if I told you?
Yeah, again, pre-build. Very loud little sound. I'm not sure what that was. Someone's crumpling some paper and then pitched it down by 7 semi. Such a loud clap again. Oh my god, can you fucking imagine if you put a disperser on this kick? It would lose a lot of the impact, but I'm curious what it would sound like. Also, I wouldn't do a hi-hat that's eights. I would do offbeat hi-hats here, but you seem to be doing yeah, like lasery kick, like, but just but it would completely like it would turn it into a fucking trance track just because of the kick being like rather than you know what I mean? So yeah, don't do that. I was just curious what it would sound like, but yeah, this hi-hat, I just realized, why are you doing eights instead of offbeat? And this hi-hat could also be a bit less loud, and I would maybe make it into like a shaker, just like a white noise shaker, just like a although this is cool too. Yeah, Modus. I'm getting a similar vibe here. Yeah, but just on offbeat. Don't do on the kicks. Don't do the hi-hat on the kicks. Especially since the kick has such a beautiful natural like zappy transient to it that's not high-end based at all. And it would be kind of cool if it just punched through each time nicely. Also, here, you got this little impact. It's such a tiny nitpick, but it's like this with this like, you know, low-end rumble impact, but the hi-hat happens 30 milliseconds before it. You might want to remove that hi-hat for the impact itself and then bring in the hi-hat as soon as the next quarter note comes in. I just noticed the hi-hat is kind of too early all the time. Because I think you've got some like a delayed kind of groove to make it more gangsta. So goddamn pretty. Man. What a track to end it on. This outro. Beautiful. Oh, I forgot to do something. My favorite thing. This is an approval. I forgot. Holy crap. That clap. Less loud, please. Hi-hat on offbeat only. And stay saucy. Oh, I forgot. Wait. You ready?
Queue cleared. Queue cleared.
Yeah, I'm not. Okay, whatever.
Back to this. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been a canon stream for 100%. Music feedback SoundCloud has been now complete. Season 3 begins. Season 4 begins next week. This Saturday, I'm not doing music feedback. I'm doing something different. I'll be doing another thing that I'll come up with soon. Maybe we'll open up Bitwig. Maybe we'll open up Steam. Maybe we'll open up Jackbox. Maybe we'll open up sample libraries. Fucking I don't know. And I'll see you there. The usual. 2 p.m. PST, 5 p.m. EST, and whatever it was at UTC. I can't remember. Join our Discord! Exclamation point Discord, and you will join a magnificent family of over 5,000 people. Legit. Thank you to all the subscribers, all the donators, all the gifters. I appreciate you more than you can imagine. Like, it's just ridiculous. Thank you. And I will see you on Saturday. Bye-bye. Bye.
1, 2, 3.